The NFC South, like always, one of the worst teams or leagues in the NFL. Um, I think we're gonna have a repeat again. Just maybe we might have another repeat champion once again. But let's get into it. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. Otherwise, let's get to it. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers will win the division once again. You got Baker Mayfield. And as long as he has Mike Evans and Chris Godwin, and even though Chris Godwin will probably be in the PUP, maybe for a little bit at the very least, as long as those two guys are out there, Baker Mayfield is going to be a stud. He's going to be a top 10 quarterback once again. Got some great pieces at running back and Bucky Irving. Bucky Irving was a revelation for them last year. He was absolutely fantastic down the stretch, especially if you had him in fantasy football. And yeah, offensive line looks good. Their defense got added or brought back Levante David again. Brought in Hassan Reddick on a big deal. He should be a nice big piece. He's been good wherever he's gone. Add a couple additions at edge. Add a couple nice looking corners in this year. And then they got Emeka Egbuka as another wide receiver. So pair him with Chris Godwin and Mike Evans, and boom, you have a terrifying looking offense. And yeah, sure, Liam Cohen left, but I don't see any reason why they're not going to continue to be good. They're still in the NFC South, so they probably got 2 wins against the Saints. They probably got at least 1 win against the Falcons, and probably 2 against or probably 1 against the Falcons and maybe 2 against the Panthers. We'll see how they are this year, but yeah, no reason to doubt the Buccaneers again. Yeah, they only got better in the offseason. Only got better. So I don't see any reason for them not to be in first place once again. Next, we have just a little more of a interesting proposition. Now we're going to go with the Falcons. Falcons are going to be the number 2 teams. The thing I have a caveat about is Michael Penix. Yes, everybody's going to say, oh, Michael Penix has the part. He's going to be ready. Last year, at the end of the year, was a fluke. He wasn't that bad, and it really wasn't. Coming in to relieve Kirk Couaina, it really wasn't that bad. I mean, it definitely needs to improve, but I mean, by all accounts, he looks the part. Thing is, again, his injury history, he's already old, and I think he'll be definitely a decent quarterback. I mean, he's still got a couple great wide receivers, Drake London. Still got Kyle Pitts, for what that's worth. Still got Bijan Robinson, one of the best running backs in the league, and both running and one of the best receiving backs as well. Offensive line just it's really good. Jake Matthews got re-signed. And by all accounts, they should be good. I mean, Raheem Moore is a retread. I mean, I don't think he's that great of a coach, but everybody seems to believe in them. That this is the year for Atlanta. But again, I always go back to the fact that the Falcons always disappoint. Always, every year I expect them. Oh, this is the year, and they lose. They go to the Super Bowl. They have one of the biggest collapses in NFL history, 28-3. I mean, I have a hard time believing that the Falcons are going to get better. Yeah, sure, they added a couple great edge rushers in the draft. James Pierce looks absolutely fierce. I mean, sure, he's starting fights in practice, but I mean, everybody says that's a sign of like he's really competitive. He just wants to get in your face and hit better. It's like, I think that's just a thing to do with Atlanta and the city culture, but their defense, by all accounts, should be improved. They finally got an edge rusher. They got 2 edge rushers for the price of 1 in the first round. But fool me once, fool me twice with the Falcons for me. Until the Falcons can actually show that they win the division, they're going to be in second place until further notice. I'm sorry, that's just the way it is. By all accounts, the Falcons should be a great team this year. By all accounts, they should win at least 11 games. But every year, you expect them to do that. They lose a couple bad games that they shouldn't. Tampa Bay usually eats their lunch. The Panthers sometimes get a win. The Saints usually beat them at least once. So I'm going to say the Falcons are probably going to be a 9-8 team again. What if Michael Penix shows that he can be whatever he thinks he's going to be? Then 10 or 11 games is definitely doable. But like I said, Tampa Bay is the team to beat in the NFC South until further notice. But if the Falcons can put it all together with Michael Penix, and Michael Penix shows that, like, not just on tape, but actually on the field during regular season action for a full season, that he can do it. If he can get about 30 to 35 touchdowns, if he can get about 3,800 to 4,000 yards, maybe, just maybe, this could be the year for the Falcons. But until further notice, Falcons are in second place. It's just the way it works. Next, we have the Panthers at third. Now, Bryce Young certainly made some trends upward last year. He had some really bad games last year, though. Specifically, that game against the Cowboys was absolutely terrible. Just when I thought, like, oh, he's going to break out against the Cowboys. He's going to do really well. And that's like interception, 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 interception. But hopefully the addition of Teodoro McMillan will be really good for him. I think he's a really good prospect. I think he was drafted a little high, but, they needed another big name wide receiver, and they went out and got him. Hopefully Xavier Leggett can take that step in the sophomore year. Rico Dowdle, I mean, if he can do what he did last year for them this year, I see him doing great things. It's unfortunate their running back, Jonathan, I can't remember his last name, the guy they got from Texas last year, tore his ACL at the end of last year for the second time. I was really hoping he would be my sleeper for last year. He didn't. Who knows when he'll be able to play this year. Their defense looks better. They gave J.C. Horn a big deal, although he got hurt. Was involved in an early morning practice on this day, August 6th. So hopefully that's not too bad. He was said that he would not practice today. So hopefully he's okay. But the Panthers could be better. If Bryce Young continues his projection upward, which I think he will, I mean, after everybody said he was boosters, Barry McCockett calling him boosters seed Bryce was one of the funniest things I've ever seen in my life. But I think he's shaking that moniker. I mean, sure, he's still small and slight for his, for the position that he's in, but he made some strides last year. He's got a pretty decent sized arm, and as long as he continues to work on his accuracy, he'll be better. I mean, I think for fantasy, he could be a sleeper pick this year, kind of a deeper one. So I wouldn't go drafting him in like this or sixth or fifth or sixth round or anything like that. But 8th, 9th, 10th, if he's still available, and you need a backup quarterback, you could certainly do worse. But Rico Dowdle, if he shows what he did last year in Dallas, plays behind that slowly getting better offensive line, the Panthers could be a sleeper playoff team. I think they're still probably one more year away, but I think 7, 8, maybe in the best circumstances 9 wins is definitely doable, but only time will tell. But Panthers made strides in the offseason. They made some good draft selections, made some good pickups on the free agent market. Yeah, I'm slightly positive on the Panthers after last year. I know I picked them to be in last, and they weren't in last. No, they were. No, they weren't, because they were just ahead of the Saints. But yeah, Panthers are trending upwards. Good for them. And last but not least, we have the New Orleans Saints, my second favorite team. Saints are tanking this year. They are not going to be good. I keep seeing all these people in all these various Facebook groups and YouTube comment sections saying like, oh, or Alvin Kamara is a big get for as a running back, as a good number 2 running back. It's like, I don't want anything to do with Alvin Kamara. I really don't. Because in the last few years, yeah, he starts out really hot, but when you look at his usage for the end of the year, I mean, his stats are awful. Their offensive line is still their offensive line. He's still got Cesar Ruiz at center. I mean, you can certainly do worse, I guess, but he's not great. Um, who knows who's going to win the job at quarterback? I pray for my sanity that is Tyler Shuck, but who knows? It might be Spencer Rattler. I mean, if Tyler Shuck loses to Spencer Rattler in the starting quarterback position for the Saints, I'm going to give up for the year because, man, Rashid Shaheed should have a nice bounce back year after being hurt last year, but, man, hopefully Olave can put his concussion problems behind him because he's such a good talent, but he's been kind of a head case there in New Orleans. Kendre Miller, hopefully he can return and put some fire underneath Alvin Kamara because Alvin Kamara, while he was good last year, the Saints do need a better or a good second option, and Kendre Miller was that at some points. Their defense, you just lost the Honey Badger. I mean, you still got Cameron Jordan, but he's had like 2 sacks or something like that over the last 3 sacks over the last 2 years. Just not great. He's certainly lost a step. I mean, he's still going to be one of the top 10 sack artists in NFL history, top 15 probably. But yeah, they don't have hope in the Saints. I really don't. I think they're tanking for Arch, and for them, it could end up coming full circle. I mean, look at Archie. Archie was the number 2 overall pick in 1970 for the Saints, and wouldn't it be a boon or a draft steal to get him at number 1 overall next year? Assuming he comes out next year, but if he wins a Heisman this year and he does all the things everybody thinks he's going to do, he's going to be the number 1 pick for the New Orleans Saints next year. I just don't see how anybody else finishes in last. I think the Giants are a better team and will finish higher. I think the Jets will probably are a better team and will finish higher. The Browns, for as bad as they are, will probably finish above the Saints. Raiders are definitely finishing above the Saints. Nobody in the West is going to finish lower. The NFC West is going to finish lower than the Saints. Even the Bears will probably be better than the Saints, and that's an indictment on your team. But yeah, the Saints are finishing in 4th. I think at best they win 3-4 games, being generous. But maybe Tyler Shuck is the answer, and he'll prove everybody wrong. Prove that he should have been seen as a number 1 or first-round quarterback, but I don't think that's going to happen. I think Shuck has some things to show, for sure. Like I said, I really hope he has more to show than fucking Spencer Rattler. Because Spencer Rattler as a number 1 quarterback that's a terrifying proposition. But yeah, again, to go over Buccaneers, Falcons, Panthers, Saints. Those are my rankings for the NFC South this year. And let me know what you think down in the comments below. As always, comment, share, subscribe. Check out the videos that I posted from Packer practice the past couple of days. I'm going to be going to a couple more practices this year, so look up for more. There's going to be more practice videos posted tomorrow, Thursday, August 7th, just because YouTube decided that I can't post anymore tonight without getting less than 10 views. But let me know what you think. Otherwise, have a great day, and as always, God bless.